I don't know what qualifies this buffoon with man boobs to be an expert in cross country, but I'm not motivated by commission. All right, I have true love for the sport, and I have the credentials. All right, so I have more, but I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying right now, if you're a new runner, or even if you're a veteran runner, I'm sure you can learn something. We can all learn something from each other. But yeah, so just listen up.
For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, yo. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5%.
Now with running, if you're a real runner, you're well aware that runners don't receive proper recognition. Usually it's football. Like at my school, it was football, basketball, soccer. Like it was pretty much everything but running and bowling. But bowling, we're not talking about bowling. And football players especially, they're quick to bash runners. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, you guys are lazy. You guys can't hit. We're the cool guys with the pads, make us look all big. Like seriously, anyone who bashes running has no idea. They're ignorant. They're ignorant. I define a true sport as one that pushes your body to the limit. And I think running qualifies for that, And what us runners do on a regular basis, day in and day out, is what other athletes do in their prospective sports as a punishment. With running, there's no luck involved. Okay? There's not really much luck. You might have a good race, but you need the training and the talents and all that stuff and the strategy to do well, and the willpower too. Like in basketball, any Joe Schmo could hit the game-winning shot. Like many things, great running comes with a lot of practice, and persistence, being consistent with your training. And at first you're gonna feel sluggish if you're a new runner. You're gonna feel sluggish, all right. But if you keep at it, eventually, you're going to be able to handle more, obviously. Your body's going to develop a tolerance for pain. And, maybe, just maybe, you'll experience one of the greatest things to running there is. That's runner's high. Alright, let's get to the races.
Green Lantern. Yeah.
I'll just talk about 5K because it's what I run a lot. And in high school, it's a standard, so I know everyone's familiar with it. All right, so let's start off with one thing before you run the race. What food? A car needs gas. You need energy. You need fuel. Me personally, I stay away from dairy and sugary foods. Okay, I wake up 2.5 hours before my race, 2.5 to 3 hours. I eat 2 bags of oatmeal, 2 packages. Any flavor, I don't really care. Just get oatmeal in my system. And I like a banana. So I eat all that, in 10-15 minutes, and then for at least 2 hours, I just sit there digesting. You know what? I'm not ready to race until, you're when your team, maybe you individually, you're done stretching and you have 15-20 minutes before the race. This is when I go to the porta potty and I do my business, okay? I crap out all that food. And I feel good. Afterward, you feel so light. You feel, light on your feet. You're ready to go. You're pumped. Freaking Muhammad Ali, But seriously, you're ready to go.
Green Lantern. Yeah.
All right. So how do you run a race? Okay. Now there's many different ways to run a race. There's no perfect pace. Okay. No one runs like a robot. All right. And no one should run the same. Don't mimic someone's style, alright? Because everyone has different natural talents, and you have to tailor to those talents to find out how you should run. Some people have a kick, some people have just better endurance, they can hold a pace. Some people maybe are competitive, and they can only run when they're around other people. First mile, I say, no matter who you are, you should go out steady. And by steady, I don't mean blazing fast. This guy's like, oh, go all out the first mile, then slow down the second mile. Don't slow down. Okay, first mile, steady. Go hard enough where you stay in contention But don't strain yourself, okay? What I try to do is I try to control my breathing. My first mile, I don't even think about racing. I just go out, fairly quick, stay with, whatever pack I want to be with, even maybe a few places behind where I should be. And just like pump my arms, keep my stride nice and long, and go. Try to do as deep as I can, relaxed. After the first mile, it's go time. I know everyone wants to run like Prefontaine, okay? Who doesn't? I have his shirts. He's my idol too. But first mile, I say, because that's kind of reckless, I mean, some people can run like that, but generally, I say stay away from that type of attitude. After the first mile, maybe after the second mile, go ahead, do that if you want. But first mile, steady, all right? Please, I don't care what type of run you're. Please, first mile. It'll set you up later on. Okay, so second mile, what I like to do is, because if you notice, now, if you're a new runner, your first mile is going to be your best, and then you're going to get worse as the miles progress, probably. Or you'll go out really slow and finish really fast. You have too much energy at the end, built up. But generally, an average runner, your second mile will be the slowest, because your first mile, you go out fast with the pack. Okay, your last mile, you finish strong, so that mile's pretty good. Your second mile, you just kind of, in the middle of the race, you're not thinking about, anything in particular. And you're slowing down without realizing it. Okay, so what I do is, I make my second mile, I try to match my first mile, just about. So say I go out the first mile in 5:15, okay? I'll come back the second mile, 5:17, 5:18-ish, okay? Because I like to, I push a lot in the second mile. So whenever else is going 5:25, I'm going 5:18, I'm getting 7 seconds on that mile. And then the third mile, I mean, seriously, I'm just going all out. Anything I have left, I use it, alright? So I don't have anything left at the end, alright? Now, this guy's saying, everyone has a kick. For one thing, not everyone has a kick. I don't have a kick, alright? But also, if you don't have a kick, that's not a bad thing. Okay, if you're exhausted at the end, and you just fight as hard as you can, but you can't run any faster, that means that you expended all of your energy. That's good. Okay, that means you ran, without a doubt, the best you could have run. The hardest you could have ran. You performed as well as you could have on that given day. Okay, and that's what I want to do. I like to finish the line. I like to finish across the line dead. That's when I know I've had a good race.
Green Lantern, yeah.
I go about 10% extra just to maintain my pace. I try to stay in the same, same place, position in the race. I bend over a little bit, put my head down and just kind of pump like this, And I mean, yeah, that's basically what I do. Just kind of maintain my pace up the hill.
Green Lantern.
Races are mental warfares, is what they are. Usually the victor is the one. I mean, there'll be a lot of people in contention, but the one that pulls it off is the one that can withstand the most pain. When you pass people, don't inch along. Alright? Pass them forcefully. Make a bold pass. Okay? More like you're saying,
"Oh, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way."
If you go slow past them, I'm telling you right now, people that you pass are going to cling to you like refrigerator magnets, alright? Now, if you pass them fast, they have no chance to even adjust to your speed. I try to surge at random times just to get people off me. Because when I pass people, it gives me more energy. Confidence boost. That's just me, though, I guess. Another good thing to do sometimes is to distract your mind. Or if you're in a co-ed race, you could check out your opponent. Don't look back, ever. Ever. I know you want to look back. It's tempting to know where people are. Okay, you can either hear them coming, alright? You can see their shadow behind you, or on like a sharp turn, you can kind of avert your eyes to the corner and like look at them. There's always going to be people better than you. I think it's important to race for yourself too. Have your own goals for yourself, like time goals. So even if you don't come in the place that you wanted to, be like, well, at least I ran this, at least I improved my time by 5 seconds. And that's what you need to do. Have positive reinforcement.